Friendship created a wine brand. How an Italian winemaker, a Nigerian importer, and a Brooklyn sommelier met by chance and created Amabile di Rosa, the line of wines that welcomes you to the Dolce Vita.
The Amabile di Rosa, a serious wine, yet not complicated.
We've been on a mission, amongst other things, to find wine that was the right taste for young wine drinkers and new wine drinkers across the world.
As I noticed in all my work in the wine world in Brooklyn, there were drinkers of sweet wines who wanted more quality options.
To be drinkable, uncomplicated, yet serious. Well done in a serious way, trying to catch the right wines for every kind of occasion, every kind of moment.
We've been in the markets, we understand them, but most importantly, we are a data company. So really, we look at the numbers, and the numbers were telling us there is a big opportunity space for a wine with this profile. I was in Verona for Vinitaly, new shoes on my feet, trying to figure out there has to be a winemaker out of the 2,000 of them here that would be willing to do this.
Vinitaly is the biggest wine fair in the world. So to go from stall to stall, looking for something is going to be difficult.
We were sitting down at the same table, just like both trying to catch our breaths. The winemaker shows up to say, these are not for sitting unless you're tasting. And Rose says, no, my friend and I are here tasting.
During the tasting, you said that you wanted a product like this, and I was so intrigued because I had seen the same gap that you saw. And so as we walked out together, I asked if I could help you. I made a list of all the regions in Italy where I thought you might be able to find a winemaker who would make this for you. And then eventually I crossed them all out and I said, just go to Asti. They understand and respect the customers who would appreciate this, and I think that's the best bet. And then you found Luca.
Amabile is a category in Italian wines. So when it comes to medium sweet, off dry, they are called Amabile. So Amabile is a category too.
When we were tasting together, I said, if I were to make a brand like you were talking, I would try to name it Amabile because it means sweet, but it also means lovable.
I feel that the sentiment we're trying to capture for especially new wine drinkers is that inclusive feeling that you're welcome, this is friendly, come in. You don't need to feel like you don't belong drinking wine or in wine culture. We thought about it, obviously we couldn't register Amabile as a trademark because it's a category.
Exactly.
But since, a lot of the inspiration came from you, I figured let's sort of approach this saying Amabile by Rose or Amabile di Rosa, as the name ended up.
Amabile di Rosa is produced in Piemonte, in northern Italy. The wine is on its way to markets around the globe. Amabile di Rosa wines are made from Italian grapes like Moscato and Bracchetto, grown in calcareous clay soils, harvested into small baskets, and gently pressed at low temperatures to preserve their natural aromas. The juice is fermented in pressurized steel tanks to capture the light fizz, which balances the wine's natural sweetness. The Bianco has more of a kick than the typical fruit-driven Moscatos from this region. One small change, the alcohol level, unlocks a whole new expression of this grape. Floral, elegant, and fresh. Coming in at 9% alcohol, Amabile di Rosa is still the perfect option for the low alc trend. The Rosato, how Italians call rosé, is a unique blend of red and white grapes, beautifully pink and quietly delicious. The Rosso is perfect for fans of chilled reds and traditional Lambruscos, while holding its own as a dynamic new category of juicy red wine, equally ready to pair with red meat or serve over ice. This groundbreaking product line was developed under the creative eye of a wine scientist who has worked on some of Italy's most renowned brands.
Ornella helped develop the Amabile di Rosa?
Allora, a parte fare i controlli analitici di routine, seguo anche un po' la creazione dei vini dell'azienda che si sta espandendo notevolmente, e quindi con diciamo le basi che mi vengono proposte o richieste cerco di mettere insieme dei componenti e creare delle cose nuove. Sviluppare Amabile di Rosa vuol dire partire da delle basi di vino, metterle insieme, poi creare le giuste proporzioni, cercare di vedere se i componenti si sono integrati bene per avere un prodotto finale che sia quello più rispondente all'obiettivo e che sia una cosa gradevole. È un lavoro bellissimo, una cosa molto gratificante. Io sono molto contenta per l'azienda, per me stessa.
Amabile Bianco, it's made with Moscato grape from Piedmont region. It's perfect for aperitivo. It has many different layers of flavors.
I get these beautiful white flowers on the nose, and then these subtle fruit notes of peaches and lime. So what would you pair the Bianco with?
The Bianco, I think it's good with salad, fresh cheese, pasta on pizza. Why not some pizza?
I would love to see this with the grilled fish with ginger and herbs.
I was curious. You've been to Nigeria
Yes.
now. You've tried Nigerian food, famous for being quite spicy
Yes.
and so on.
First of all, I do think of the herb that you introduced me to in Nigeria, which is utazi, which tarragon was the closest thing I could compare it to. Is this wine for catfish pepper soup?
Maybe we should try it.
The Rosato is a blend mainly made with Moscato, but adding just a little touch of Bracchetto. Bracchetto is a local grape, again from Piedmont, very famous, very well known to be one of the most aromatic red grape, matched perfectly with Moscato. They are from the same region. They feel and breathe the same air, the same soil, the same heritage. Bracchetto, the most important aromatic note it provides, rose. It's the rose flower.
It's such a pretty color and beautiful flavors of different kinds of mixed berries, along with those floral notes of rose and maybe a little bit of violet. I think it's so pretty.
Moving to the red, this is from a blend of different grape varieties from Piedmont. A blend of Barbera, about 20% of Freisa, and 20% of Bracchetto. Freisa is genetically very close to Nebbiolo. It provides intensity, body. Barbera provide color, intensity. Bracchetto, again, provide aromatic notes and a good balance between all the elements. When you taste the red, you feel this is explosion of flavors.
It's the layers for me because you still get the acidity while feeling this is very refreshing.
If you drink this wine with traditional Italian food or French food, so some salami, some ham, or some charcuterie from France, that's the perfect match.
This is where you can bring in some of the meat dishes. We all know that sweet wine can pair so well with spicy food, but then the only thing that ever gets suggested is Riesling. And that means that the only wine style that anyone thinks to pair with the spicy global cuisines is a white wine. Let's be a bit more creative.
Yeah, exactly. Think about Tex-Mex with this one.
Or suya.
It's a kebab style grill, but there's this special sauce that it comes with. And so it's a great experience, really. And there's no way to talk about it. You have to try it.
Kachi invited Rose Thomas to Lagos, Nigeria. And Luca invited the whole crew to Italy to capture the Amabile Vita. Amabile di Rosa for global cuisine and epic friendships.